Hey there, this is LaQuita with QuitaBugHandmaids.com. Thank you so much for joining me today for another Stampin' Up! Tutorial. So today I'm so excited about the card that I'm going to share with you. It is so colorful, it is right up my alley, and I absolutely love it. And I am featuring a stamp set that is retiring that I just love. I was really hoping this set would carry over. This is the You Are Amazing stamp set. This set covers every single occasion you would need a card for, except for sympathy. But I love this stamp set. I just love it. So I'm sad to see it go, but I'm excited to share today's project with you featuring this amazing set. Oh, and before I forget, I know several of you have asked for photos and updates on Malakai. I am going to start trying to do the occasional blog post where I post some photos and updates. But also, if you don't follow me on Instagram, I know a lot of you don't use Facebook, but if you don't follow me on Instagram, make sure you follow me there. I do so much with him in my stories, and then also I post a lot of photos of him in my feed over on Instagram. So you can find me at QuitaBug26. I'll put it here on the screen. So follow me over there if you don't. And yeah, I'm gonna put in a photo here of his 3-month photo. He turned 3 months on June the 5th. So I'll go ahead and insert that photo here. So I've got my pieces here for this card, and we're going to start with some stamping, and we're using the Stamparatus. Okay, so I've got my Stamparatus here, and I love using the Stamparatus when you want to get just like a really bold stamped image, because you can position your stamp and you can just keep restamping, inking up and restamping that image until you get the amount of ink coverage that you desire, and you have perfect placement every single time. So I love my Stamparatus for that. So I've got a piece of, this is Whisper White, but remember Whisper White's gone, so we now have basic white. But anyways, I'm still working my way through my regular Whisper White. So I've got just a scrap piece of Whisper White here, and I'm going to put down my magnet very carefully. Okay, and I'm trying to be so quiet because Malakai, it's 5 in the morning when I'm filming this. He's still napping, and his nursery is right across from, well, it's beside my office, but there's a bathroom that separates us. So I feel like I have to be so quiet. Okay, so the card for today is a thank you card. So I'm just gonna put this thanks down, and I have been wanting to use this thanks for a while, and I have a lot of thank you cards I need to send out. And I actually don't have that many thank you cards. When I was looking for cards so that I could send out some thank yous to some people that have sent me some different things, I really couldn't find any. I was like, what? I feel like I make thank you cards. I'm like, where are my thank you cards? Okay, so I'm just inking up. I don't even think you can see that. I'm just inking up the sentiment here. Maybe you could, I don't know. And I'm just going to fold it down, stamp it. Okay, and you can see, I knew I would need it for this because there are those solid areas. So you can see it's not fully inked up there. So I'm just gonna add more ink, press it down, because I want a really nice, look at that. It's getting almost there. I think I need one more. I love the Stamparatus for this. Oh yeah, I think that's perfect. 3 times, and I have the look that I want. I'll bring it in close for you. There we go. Isn't that nice? Perfect. So I'm just gonna take my magnet off, and I'm gonna set this to dry, and then we'll be die cutting this actually with one of the rectangle stitched dies. We're gonna cut that out in just a minute. So we're gonna do a little embossing. So I've got my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine here, and I've already got plate number 1 ready to go. Then I have got a piece of Magenta Madness cardstock. This is cut 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches, and I'm gonna put it inside of this Painted Textures 3D embossing folder. And I'm just gonna line up the bottom of my cardstock with the black line that's inside of the folder. And, okay, then I'll just go ahead and put this spine first, put that down. And then I've got plate number 4 here, and I'll slide that in there. So this is the sandwich for 3D embossing. And then I'm just going to run this through, and it goes in so smoothly. Alrighty, and then let me just show you. Look at that. Isn't that so pretty? All of that texture, and you can use either side, whichever side you prefer. So pretty. All right, so now we can start putting this card together. So I've got a piece of basic white thick cardstock. This is cut 8.5 inches by 5.5 inches. I've scored it at 4¼ inches. And I do have all of the measurements for this card over on today's coordinating blog post, which is linked down below in the video description. And then I'm gonna take our embossed piece of Magenta Madness and bring in our, this is a 3/8 inch, I think it's 3/8 inch. Yes, there we go. 3/8 inch glittered organdy ribbon. I love this ribbon. You can see it's like a black mesh, and then there's all this silver glitter inside. It is so pretty. I love this ribbon. So I'm going to take a length of this, get my ribbon scissors, snip, and I am just going to adhere this on the across the lower front of the card. I think right about there looks good. Bring in my Stampin' seal. I'm just gonna add a little bit down and just fold those ends back and make sure it's still in the right place. Yep. And then I'm gonna go ahead, I always like to add just a little bit of tear and tape. Also, just to ensure that the ribbon really does stay down. And I will go ahead and peel the backing off. And now I can add the rest of my adhesive, and I like to be pretty generous with the adhesive when I'm putting down an embossed layer, just so that it stays down on all sides. We'll just center that up on our card front. There we go. Okay, so then I die cut 2 pieces of cardstock. Oh, by the way, I didn't tell you, this card was inspired by my team's color challenge. So over on my team of LaQuita Bug Stampers, we have weekly challenges. So our color challenge a couple of weeks ago was to do Magenta Madness, Coastal Cabana, and Mango Melody. So this is my card for that challenge. I'm a little late getting my card up, but anyways. So I die cut 2 pieces of cardstock. This is Coastal Cabana, Mango Melody, and I used those stitch rectangle dies that I love so much that you guys see me use all the time. I love them. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this one, the Coastal Cabana, some black dimensionals, whoop, and I'll just add this on. Alrighty, got my backings off, and I'll just add this on right about here, centered over my ribbon off to the right of the card. Then I die cut my thanks, again using the stitched rectangle dies, and I'm going to add this onto the Mango Melody in the center, just with Stampin' seal. I really wanted to add dimensionals. I love a lot of dimension, but I'm gonna go ahead and just put it flat. And then a couple more dimensionals on the Mango Melody. I wanted all 3 layers popped up, but I'm like, no, I'm gonna be mailing these, so no, just do 2 layers. Okay, so I'm gonna put that right there. Isn't this so cute? And then to finish this card, you know I had to bring in matte black dots. I love these. These are my favorite embellishment. So I'm just gonna add a couple right there, and then one right here. And there you have it, you guys, the finished card. This card is so colorful. I am just absolutely in love with it. I just love this card. And you know, I had to do an envelope. So I actually stamped the stars, that little cluster of stars from the You Are Amazing stamp set. I stamped in each of the colors on the card. So Magenta Madness, Coastal Cabana, and Mango Melody. And then, you know, I had to add my favorite new designer series paper, the Pattern Party Designer paper. I chose a really nice black and white pattern from that. designer paper. And there you have the card, you guys. I absolutely love it. I hope you love it. I hope you've enjoyed today's tutorial. Thank you so much for joining me, and don't forget you can find all of the measurements and all of the supplies for today's card over on my coordinating blog post. It's linked down below in the video description, and I do have all of the products linked down below in the video description as well to make it easy for you. So thank you guys so much for joining me today, and I'll be back again very soon with another tutorial. Bye now.